Hey, Mrs. Cassandra.
Hey,
Thanks. Hey, how are you doing tonight?
good. We're all gonna
Good,
work
good.
tomorrow. My last
You
day off.
Oh, a nice day off. That's right. Today is
Yeah.
Veterans Day here. And I just want to say thank you to every veteran everywhere for your service. We all know someone or someone in our family who has dedicated service to everything that our country has gone through and our freedoms and our protections. And I just want to say thank you to all the veterans out there. The ones I know personally, I love you, respect you, admire you. The ones that I don't know, I love, respect, and admire you too, because service is something to be very proud of in a dying art. We need more people doing good service in any way that they can for our country and for ourselves locally. Um, it's a strong belief I have. Being a little bit older, I was raised when service was something we all just did automatically, and it's kind of fallen away a little bit. And I'd like to see it come back more. But I thank you, veterans. I thank you. Another little idea that in the description, I have listed an idea that a subscriber brought to us. Since the holidays are coming up, there's going to be Thanksgiving here in America, and it's going to be Christmas around the world. Um, a lot of times, the supermarkets here in America offer a program to where if you spend a certain amount of money, you get free food items for the holidays, like large turkeys and hams and big lasagnas and things like that. And the subscribers recommended that perhaps we should check into the supermarket if we're not going to use those items. If we qualify for them, sometimes you don't need them. Perhaps donate it back to the store to give to the food bank in the area, or contact the food bank directly to see if they will take those items from you. They could use it for holiday meal prep, I'm sure. I don't think they would turn it away, but it was a very good idea, and it'll be in the description of all of my videos throughout the end of the year, just as an idea of something that people might want to check out. Okay, so that's all taken care of. We could get to the assholeness of the show. Yeah, we could get
Yes.
to, we could get to the little bit the what everybody has come here for. Thank you for everyone who's here. Thank you for everybody listening later or behind the scenes or watching on the replay. We appreciate every single one of you. If you get a chance, subscribe for notifications. Like, share, retweet when you can. We do appreciate everybody who comes along and participates in the live chat, who votes and comments, because that is what makes Am I the Asshole great, right, Mrs. Cassandra? Because it gives us
Yes.
people to talk to.
Yes.
So, this is
But let's see
very,
how
very
many
cool.
people aren't communicating out there.
Just about every fucking person. Excuse me. I didn't mean, I said I wasn't going to curse tonight. I lied right out of the box, people, but I'll own it. I said I wasn't going to do it, and I did. I apologize. Oh my God. Boy, she's, I just can't help it, Mrs. C. I'm so sorry. There you go.
That's
All right. You ready for the first one? All
yes.
right. I will read you all of these options later, people. You're getting there. There are so many. I'm going to have to cut some back. I'm going to be selective because there's going to be too many. All right. Am I the asshole for wanting my mom to take a picture of me off of Facebook? Now, I'll be honest with you, Mrs. Cassandra. When I read this, I knew this was going to be a hot discussion. This is bigger than it looks. So bear with me. For context, I'm a 17-year-old female. So on Halloween, my family went to a pumpkin patch, and my mom took several pictures of my siblings and I while we weren't looking and put them on Facebook. It was cold outside, so I wore jeans, and I'm very skinny, so I sometimes have a sagging problem. And in one of those photos, I was bent over, and you can see the top of my ass crack. When I saw the pictures on Facebook, I became extremely embarrassed that all of my mom's Facebook friends had probably now noticed that my crack was showing. I confronted my mom about this and told her to take the picture off, but she said I was being ungrateful and that no one had noticed my butt showing. She said if she didn't notice, no one else will, and stuff like that. Then I got into a shouting fight with her, and she said I should have just worn a belt or jeans that fit, and we wouldn't have had this problem. I think I will just have to find a way into her account and delete that picture myself. Oh, my goodness. All right, so you could see I have several issues here, right? I mean, you're
Yes.
starting to know me pretty well because, I mean, after all, we hang out naked on Mayhem a lot.
Yes.
And it is a way to get to know somebody, Mayhem, because we
The
talk
best
about
way.
everything. Yeah, it is. Not only are we all naked, free, we talk about everything, right? So here you go. She's 17 and she's clearly stating she's embarrassed by the picture. Yeah. So like
Yeah.
I'm a parent. Like I can understand. I can understand the mom saying, "Oh man, it's no big deal. I just posted some family pictures on Facebook. Like get over yourself." I can understand that. But, here's the thing. Like at what age are you allowed to declare your own rights to your social media presence? I mean, if that girl don't want to be on Facebook, that girl don't want to be on Facebook, yeah?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Well, to be honest, when my son was first born, my husband and I had a no social media. Like we didn't want his pictures all over social media because we don't know these
mhm,
people. Even though our parents or whatever knew them, we don't know these people who are looking. We don't know who's gonna try to save that picture. And
right.
and now with her being 17 and her butt showing, you got pervs out there.
Yes.
So I say the mom's the asshole. That's
I say mom is definitely being an asshole because
yes.
like the child's embarrassed, you know. Um and when somebody tells you something is embarrassing them all, there should be some consideration, even if you didn't intend it that way. I'm sure mom didn't go out of her way to do it, to embarrass
No.
her. I mean, she wasn't, but now when somebody's telling you about it, I mean, because I get this all the time. I have a big mouth. I'm always sticking my foot in my mouth, and I got to tell you, I'm going to apologize. I'm going to say I didn't intend to embarrass you, and I'm probably going to take it down. Especially my daughter. If my daughter came to me and said something like that, I would
Yeah.
definitely do it. I
And
would.
as the parent, though, and you see that, it's like, oh, well, just because I didn't see it, now that it's brought to your attention, why would you want to leave that up there?
Exactly. Especially when she's telling you her butt crack is showing.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yes. And I do agree with you about children in general on the internet. I think a lot of parents feel that way. Some people are freer about it and they're just like, you can't prevent this stuff. But I I have issue with people looking at children's pictures and stuff like that. And I have had a serious issue when I was involved with a gaming site years ago, where my Facebook got completely stalked and pictures of my daughter and myself and my
oh yeah,
grandchildren.
that's
Every
scary.
single one of my family relatives were stalked, harassed, sent stuff. It was awful. To the point where it had to be legally taken care of. And that was a nightmare too. Um, it makes you kind of jaded, and these things do happen. People do
Yes,
take
they do.
pictures and put them places and things. We can't live in fear though, right? I mean, I understand the other side of it too. Who wants to live in fear of all of that also? So it's a fine line. But if a child's telling you they're embarrassed or they don't want it, especially a child 17,
Yeah,
maybe not legally able to drive or vote or drink, but I do think that they do have body autonomy at that age. They understand clearly 3 feet of they understand what is a violation of their own person and their own personal desire, wishes for something. And I think she needs to be listened to, and that picture needs to come down. At least the
yes.
one with like her butt crack, not the maybe if they're just standing there with
Well,
the brothers and
that's the
the
thing,
sisters,
though. She's not
you know.
complaining about any other. It doesn't sound like she's complaining about any other picture, but the one with her butt crack hanging out.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I mean, it's just
So, like, yeah, but being as a parent, I don't, if I said did that to my son and he came up to me and go,
mhm.
did you notice that? And go, oh, I didn't. I'm so sorry. I'll take that right down.
Right. Right. And Dr. Osiris says some people are truly pathetic. I honestly don't understand people like that at all. I hear you, Dr. Osiris. If you're referring to the harassment, it was over. They got kicked from a group for breaking the rules, and I was a moderator, and they obviously took it very personally. It was crazy train. I mean, the overreaction was crazy train. If that's what you mean, and then also people in general that are just embarrassing of other people. Yeah, I get that. Student, I agree with you. Children are all off limits. End of
Yes.
story. Every single time, they need to be protected. They are our children. They are. Welcome, Rose. Thank you for listening. So, all right, let me get this voting thing up there for you. Okay, I'm only going to read this once, people. I got to save my voice.
You gotta make sure you drink some water first.
I might have.
It.
I think I might have to because you know, I'm feeling a little hoarse today as it is, and I'm trying to save myself for the best end of week stream ever, which is Mayhem. All my Naked Bear squad that I love so much. But the voting optional alternatives are, first of all, number one is always the original poster, which in this case is the 17-year-old girl who wants her picture taken down. If you think she's an asshole for such a request, or well, you might think she's an asshole for threatening to hack into her mother's account, but her mom is being unreasonable. And unfortunately, this bear, if I had that skill and my mom was being that unreasonable, I might hack into her account and take it down too. So I can't really fault her for it. But if you do, vote number one, and she's the asshole. If you think mom's the asshole, vote number two. I mean, mom is standing her ground. She's saying it's no big deal. If you think they're both assholes, vote number three. And then we get to the fun. If you just want to say, yo, yay, duck porn, vote number four. If you want to vote for Bears Fun for Boys and Boobies, which is the GoFundMe for the strip club tour that John and Nikki and a few other select people have decided I need to take. If you think everyone everywhere is an asshole, vote number 6. Vote number 7 for Peckers and Pecks and Pants on the Decks, which is a Mayhem celebration. And our favorite number 8 is Chris is always the asshole, because when it comes to assholes, Chris really knows how to do it right. Chris never fails to zing it out, and he is one of our favorite assholes.
I'm like, going, wait a second. We're not on Mayhem. You're talking about doing it right. We're on the wrong stream.
What? Doing what?
Because she said he always does it right.
Oh, God. Mrs. Don't do this to me, woman. Do not do this to me. You already had me cursing. Like, don't. I'm fully dressed here, just so everybody knows it's not a Mayhem stream. May I apologize? There'll be none of that going on. We'll talk later, Mrs. Cassandra. This always after the show. Can you wait? You know, I don't know. Number 9 is Rev Ruins is an asshole because he's in direct competition with Chris because he drop bears the hell out of my Discord, and he's still doing it every damn day. All right, number 11 is Bears Beaver needs a laser beam. Not anymore, people. It's not summer. It's winter. It's time to grow our coats, so to speak. So we're going to be getting rid of that one. Number 42 is Jay is a coffee hating asshole. And yes, Jay is. He's in the Discord now, calling coffee evil. He's not a nice person. He's not a nice person. Okay. Number 69. If you know the rules of the channel, if you put in a 69, you need to leave your phone number. Otherwise, you're just a big tease, and we don't play like that here, people. Okay. 96 is Claire is really a drop bear. No, she's not. Don't vote 96.
Lives in Australia basement.
No, I do not. But hey, not that it's not tempting. It's a beautiful country, you know. Like I've seen some. There's some wonderful people there, and America pisses me off on the regular, especially even today. So, like, of course, if I could, don't you think I would be? I would be singing the praises, saying, "Yes, here I am." I'd show you a view of the basement. I would invite you all to come join me. But it ain't happening. Like I'm not there. I'm here in America. Like, stop it, people. You're being ridiculous. You just 99. Give Bear the GGs, please. Well, one of our avatar augmenters has. So
that can
we're
go.
on the way there, so that can go. 420 is no cocktail means no cock in that tail. I think I'm going to get rid of that one and leave it for Mayhem too, because Yeah, I can't
That
drink
one's
on stream
hilarious,
anymore.
though.
It is here. All right. You do you want me to keep that one, Mrs. C? I would keep that one for you.
Yes, that
All
one's
right.
hilarious. I
And
like
then
it.
and then 666 spiders are the devil. In Water Boys, Mama's voice. You know when she says girls are the devil, like that. I'm practicing that voice, but it hurts. That Nikki told me that's how I have to do it, but I can't. I can't. I'm no Kathy Bates. I just can't. I'm just not. All right. So, if you have all voted, that was long. Now I have to vote. I don't know, Mrs. C. I didn't even ask you where you are on this, but I'm ready to
Oh, I
answer
kind of already
now.
answered. I said that the mom was being the asshole.
She is. Number 2 is definitely the asshole. I
But
have
then the other ones are also tempting, also just for the
yeah.
fun of it.
Yeah. For anyone that says they both are, I'm curious. If you vote that they both are, could you put in chat for me why? Because I would like to know which area you thought the 17-year-old was being an asshole. I'm just curious. I'm just,
The thing is about like the whole hacking into her mom's Facebook. That wouldn't be an issue for me
yeah,
because
yeah.
my mom leaves her face, like say leaves it open and on her laptop. So all I would have to do is just get a hold
Yeah.
of her laptop and get in there.
Oh no, bad art tangent, girl. You gotta leave a phone number. It doesn't need to be yours, but you need
Yeah,
to leave a phone number.
Peter's already getting on to her about
Oh,
that.
my mods are so good. Ugh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. America sucks. It does occasionally. Yes, I would have to. Um, uh, uh, I hear you, doctor. All the numbers, just all the damn numbers. Yeah, I was thinking that, yeah, the hacking part is wrong. Yeah, you're right, Peter. Although you would have been upset with me if you were my da, you would have beat my ass because, yes, I would have took that picture down. I wouldn't have looked at anything else. I would have been very direct. But I'm also the kid that used to hunt around for the Christmas presents and open up a corner. I was an evil child. Yes, I would have been beating my butt on a regular basis, back then. Because, yeah, I was evil. Yeah. I was very curious, and I would have took that picture down. Yeah, if I had the skill, but I didn't when I was that age, so we don't have to worry about it. But I do think it's wrong to invade somebody's privacy. Two wrongs don't make a right, right, Mrs.
Yes.
Cassandra? We need to raise our children properly. Peter has a point. Peter definitely has a point. Okay, all right. You ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, you're being very good. I'm quite impressed. All right. It's going to piss some people off because this one really pissed me off. All right. This
Oh
one.
no.
Yeah, ready? You're not going to
Yeah.
believe what these people are doing. This is outrageous. Okay, so am I the asshole for saying no to Christmas dinner? Don't wait, people. It gets good. My family booked a Christmas dinner that'll cost $120 per person. So for my family of 3, that would be $360. I work as a care worker and will likely be offered Christmas Day work at a really good pay rate, like $72 an hour, roughly. I said no. It's a stupid amount of money to spend on a plate of food and some drinks. And I got the old, if that's more important than family, and those were in quotes. And yeah, that was snark because, whew, the nerve, to try to make me feel bad. I'm sticking to my decision and working to make money Christmas Day instead of spending a whole heap on something I think is a waste of money. Am I the asshole? That's a loaded one, isn't it? Welcome, Belinda. Just in time. It's a hot issue.
The thing is, it really all depends because my family could be just drama. So I can understand trying to get away from them and making more money. So I can understand that.
Well, I think I can see trying to get away, but here, my issue is if they're your family and like not everybody in the family, unless you're all independently wealthy or you come from, well, not where I'm from or my situation that I am familiar with, is that not everyone in your family dynamic is all in the same financial position at any given time. And especially in these times, to put pressure on them that they have to attend a pay for plate dinner.
Yeah,
with
that
more
I
than
agree with
one
that.
family member is a little like, and then when they're telling you that they need to make the money and take the job during the day because it may, they're kind of telling you that they need to make the money, if they're even expressing it in any way. To slam back at them and say, well, you think that money is more important than family. Maybe not. Maybe it's survival. Maybe
Yes.
it's food on the table and a roof over your head. Like, you're their family. Be a little, where's the grace? Where's the consideration? That I found that AIT quite offensive because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would have to. I actually agree with what Belinda's saying, and what you're
Yep.
saying is,
Not the asshole.
yeah.
320 for a lunch. Piss off. I have issue even if I had the money, just of them requiring and making the decision for me that
Why
I'm
not
paying for.
just make a
Yeah,
meal? Like, why not just
exactly.
make a meal at home and have
Or,
everybody come over?
or at least
What
have the
happened?
kids. At least have a consideration. Like um, at least have some kind of consideration for those that may not be able to afford it, because you're going to be letting people out whether you intend to or not, and then to put that, well, if you're not there, you don't consider family more important. That's just the wrong
Yeah,
thing
that's
that,
like I really can't stand it when people do that. It's like
yeah.
trying to give them, like, make them feel bad,
And
guilt
I
them
hear
into
it a
going.
lot. I hear it a lot, especially around the holidays. I hear it from my friends. I hear it from just people I talk to casually. I hear it a lot. And it's always, I just don't understand it. It's not the kind of statement that family bonding is all about, right? I mean,
No.
I thought it was more, your family should be the ones that understand you, even when you're a total asshole like me. Your family understands you. They may not like you, but they love you, right? They may not like you,
Yes.
but they love you. They tolerate you. They support you, and they're going to be there for you. They don't have to be down with everything you do or everything you believe, but they're your family. And to put pressure on you like that, I don't understand it. Christmas is no longer a religious holiday anyway. It's been over commercialized. I kind of get that. And I'm kind of glad that some of the religion is out of it. To me, it is a family holiday. I don't even look at it like any of that.
Yeah.
Verillion, welcome, says some jobs still operate on Christmas. Hospital, emergency services. Yes, the police. I mean, all of these things, all of our basic services and commercial. And if you are in retail in any way, you are working these hours, and there has to be consideration for those family members. Um, Always Createful says, I love my family, but not at that price. I'm
Yeah.
with you, girl. Like that, I love my family too, but I'll try to see you. But I got to take care of business, and I'm not going to pay that kind of a price for lunch.
Yeah.
Especially during the holidays. When listen, anybody who thinks you're getting a good price during the holidays for any kind of food service, you're out of your mind, because they
Yeah.
know people are out there for convenience. So you're not getting what you pay for, people. Wait till after the holiday. Go then, go before, go after. Don't go on the holiday. You are not getting any bang for your buck, so to speak. Is that a saying by you? Bang for your buck? Yeah. That's
I've heard it
yeah.
before.
Yeah. Hawkskull says, earning enough money to keep a roof over your child's head is clearly not family enough for these entitled folk.
Mm.
Hawkskull, you took the words right out of my
Yeah.
mouth in such a wonderful way. Yeah.
There's so
Uh,
much more you can do with that money.
this is why we're friends, Hawk. Exactly that statement. Okay. Student, not an asshole. Exactly. They are not. Okay. Plus, Belinda says, they're willing to work, which means somebody else gets to be with their crew, valuable team member. Yes! By
Mm.
taking that shift, someone else gets to stay home with maybe a smaller child, or an elderly relative that it may be getting up in years, and there are very few left. Yes, 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 yes. There's more to consider here. That's why the lack of grace, and I use grace in a weird way. If you're English, when you use the term grace, it kind of means more like for the royals and everything like that. To me, grace is when you give more understanding, or you give a slight pass, or you try to empathize a little bit. You lean a little towards the person instead of away. That is extending a grace. That is I don't I'm failing with the words. I use this word all the time because it's how I was raised, but I'm failing at the exact definition. That's what I mean. It means offering some consideration. It's what I talk about all the time. If you're not being offering that consideration, you are not communicating and compromising, then you are just putting up walls and not having an actual integrated relationship with somebody, you know.
Yep.
Oh, student, they might be doing it to show dominance. That could be true. Bad Art says, I wouldn't go to spend Christmas dinner with the family if I got paid to. Well, some of us can feel that way, and I am richer than you. And yes, I get it. Bad. It does sound like emotional manipulation.
Yeah,
And,
it does.
and I don't really think, especially our older relatives, when they're saying, like we all, I don't know, my mom and my nan, they would say, well, you're going to be there because that's what family does. They would say something like that, but they don't realize the weight of those words if you're in like a bind or something like that. But on the other hand, I would always be able to go to them and talk to them, and then we would work something out. They don't always actually understand the weight of the words and the statements that they're putting on family in general when they say something like that. Yes, Hawks go. Yes, Grace is acting in a yes, extending, grace towards someone. Charity is how I use it, and your grace is for the nobility. I get that. Thank you very much for helping to clear that up. But anyway, this one was tough for me, Mrs. Cassandra. I don't know. So
I say the family is being the asshole.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to ask everyone in the chat. I think you all know by my statements where I am on this one, but it is a tough question, and it's going to come up a lot like this time of year with the holidays all coming up.
Yep.
We've got them all, and especially we've got the added pressure. Here's the other thing. This one was about money. What are you going to do when it's about compromised immune systems, lack of vaccine status, and vulnerabilities and beliefs in regards to the pandemic? Gatherings take on a whole new meaning, and that's a whole nother conversation, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. That's
a whole nother stream.
I want to
need to
freeze
stream up the
time.
phone.
I want it to stay like the 2 weeks of November, like right now. I don't want Thanksgiving. I don't want Christmas. I don't want to see New Year's yet, or Easter, or any of those holidays that we all have family gatherings. I am not ready. I am not ready for those discussions because some of my family are just contrarians. Yes, it's a group of contrarians, and I'm not ready. I'm just not ready. It's not easy to be a reasonable person in a nest of contrarians. It's just not. It is just not. So, okay, I don't need to put up all of those other ones, right? Everybody in the chat, you can vote because number one is going to be the operator. If the person with the family that just doesn't feel that $300 and some odd for a plate of dinner is worth it, and would rather work for her family so that she could get her bills paid. If you think she's the asshole, can you please vote number one? And if you think that the family who said, well, you need to put family first, or you're just putting money over everything, is the assholes, and vote number two. If you think they're both assholes, vote number three. And Bad Art, I am born, raised, always lived right here in New Jersey.
In an Australian basement.
I do not live in an Stop. And you know what? Let's just cut to the chase. Bad Art, tangent. I'll just tell you, all the rumors are true. Every single one of it. The worst thing that they're saying out there about me is probably true. Just go with that. Because I'm so done. I'm so done. But I am from New Jersey. I've always said it. I've always owned it. I'm more relaxed on the internet now. I'm a little bit talking like I always talk with my friends and people on the phone. This is it. This is what you get. I'm comfortable now. So until you toss me off YouTube, this is how I'm going to sound. And that's it. So, yeah. And I don't mean that it's you bad, like saying this stuff. I'm just talking about like some other things going on in YouTube. It's nothing to do about you. I just think it's funny. I think it's funny. It just keeps coming up. It just keeps coming up. But I hope it's not an offensive accent to you. I can't really do anything about it. Especially when I get going, like when I do these AITAs. So anyway, I'm going to vote. I am going to vote for Chris, who I know you're not here, Chris, but I vote for you every time anyway, because I'm going to get you trending. You deserve to be trending, Chris. Oh.
Yeah, that whole, how I would say the family is because when it comes to money, like I have a $400 medical bill that I gotta pay.
Mm-hmm.
Because medical is just too expensive. That's just for going to. That's just for getting blood drawn and stuff. Like,
yeah, right.
So that's what I'm saying. So I can see that. It's like, so it's like, am I going to pay my medical bill or go and eat something that?
Right. And you know what? And you should get consideration for that too. Your family should be supportive. Now, not everybody's family is able to help with things like that, but at least support the situation and don't make you feel bad because you're in it and you can't do certain things. Digital Demonic Davro says, I vote number 40. That's right. You've got the 3D, the 40D. You got 3DD for being an asshole on Twitter. I believe Nikki gave you that, didn't she? Yes, I forgot about that one.
You're getting threatened with drop bears if you don't stop pounding on the basement door.
What? Oh my God! Are you serious?
Yeah, he's gonna throw drop bears in there with lotion.
Oh. Family responsibility is huge in my culture. No wiggling out of shit ever. It's a lot of pressure. I agree, Belinda. It can be. And I am currently, you guys know I'm not 20, right? We can just squash that rumor right there. Never in my life have I come on YouTube and said I was in my 20s. I am now, with the death of my parents, and several of my step brothers and sisters, I am the matriarch of my family. So all of this pressure for family gatherings is on me to keep them all together. And I get that. I get the pressure of just trying to get everybody together. And I get the pressure of trying to keep family dynamics together. And my mom made me promise to try to guilt them into it. But that's just not my style. I can't guilt them, especially with what's going on. So I just do my best. But it's not easy. I understand the pressure of our older relatives, what they're under to try to keep everybody getting to know each other. Because just imagine if your grandma and your mom didn't tell you you had to be someplace, you'd never know all your cousins from everywhere, would you? Right, Mrs. Cassandra? Like we were, like families, if you think about it, you would not know all of your extended relatives as well or have these relationships if they didn't pressure us sometimes. Because when we're younger, and I'll admit to it, in my 20s and stuff, it wasn't something I thought of all the time. They had to tell me to get my butt there or else, and I appreciate them for it now because I wouldn't know my cousins as well, and I wouldn't have as great a relationship as I have with all my nieces and nephews who are wonderful adults. Actually, they are joys in my life. Their stories, their adventures, they go everywhere. They do such things. Like, I'm so glad to know them as well as I do. And my mom and my nan did that because it wouldn't have happened without them. So I understand the pressure, but I also think that there has to be consideration for everyone on an individual basis too, and a lack of embarrassment would help. If I keep knocking on the basement door, you're going to throw drop bears in with the lotion. Oh, Davros, now that's a threat. Oh God, you said you're going to behave, dude. Oh my God,
he's saying he knows all your he knows all your secrets.
He's threatening me with serial killers. And Jay, you're going to help him? Oh my God. Yeah. Bad Art says, my relatives are nuts. My kids don't know their extended family. It's not always a bad thing. You got to do what's best. I agree. If that's the consideration, then you got to do what's best for your close family. I get that. Some situations are just not due. We need. Oh, thank you, Davros. That would be nice. I would love to do that. What? I had a great idea, Mrs. Cassandra. Like, we got to think of something that we can do to raise like a sub drive so that by the end of the year, we can do like a huge, massive charity stream to get to donate all the funds to like massive charities for the end of the year. Wouldn't that be a great way to end the year with all the shit that goes on that we all put up with personally in our lives through this pandemic and all the
Yeah,
changes?
you just
And
really want to be on Unirock's
I didn't. Oh no,
fraud.
I didn't say those three magic letters. Did I say those three magic
No,
words?
you didn't. But
It's like, oh, but wait. If I say those three magic words, do you think he'll hate me enough to start talking about me, and then I can get the subs? Because I even sing about him, and he could care less that I even exist. He won't even. No, he don't. He don't have nothing to do with me. But you think if I say those three quiet magic words, go fund me. Oh, go fund me. I'm gonna do a GoFundMe for charity.
Someone is sending that information over to him as we speak.
As we speak over the teletype. They said those three words.
Yeah, we're never safe in these streets.
That's it. They're gonna put a target on our back now, Mrs. Cassandra. Your horns aren't gonna save you. I can't hide behind my glasses. They're gonna be after us now.
I'll go get the laser beams.
Yeah, we could use it for that now instead of hair removal. There you go. It'll be good. Okay, are you ready for the next one? I'm going to read it to you. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm going to put you guys all. Oh, Davros, please don't cancel me. You just got a wrench and you're canceling me. This is not cool. Don't cancel the bear. I'm kind most of the time. Okay. Am I the asshole for speaking on the phone in my room past midnight? I hope not. I do it all the time. Oh, the short story. Next door complains about me talking on the phone past midnight, even though I try to stay as quiet as I humanly can. Somehow she can hear me, and it's troubling me as well. Yeah, it would me too. How'd she hear you? Best way to go about fixing this. Right, so this is quite a bummer. I'll provide some context in details, for it might help you give me a better suggestion or advice. I am in a house that I share with 6 other people, all friendly and nice, except my next door neighbor. She moved in recently and for the past week or so has been complaining about sound from my room. I don't play music loud. I play over a small speaker at low volumes that even I barely can hear. I talk on the phone after midnight sometimes. I fully believe I talk at a decently low volume. I'm not screaming and only speaking at a volume slightly higher than what would be whispering. But she's texting and complaining every other night that she hears me and I need to stop, etc. and etc. I don't know about the wall between our rooms, but the guy in the room on the other side of my wall can't hear me and isn't bothered and never complained. Still, I understand where she's coming from. I don't know what to do. I don't want to keep bugging her and disturbing her sleep, but it's also my right to be able to talk in my own room, especially when I'm actively making an effort to stay as low as possible. My friends and family are all on the other side of the globe. I live here alone, and this is the only time I really get to talk with anyone. It's gotten to a point that I'm considering to move out just so I can get to have my own privacy too. I was thinking I will tell her to ask the agency landlord if they can fix our wall up with some sort of soundproofing because clearly she's the only one having a problem. The previous neighbor did not. Will I be the asshole to do that? Really, don't want to be the asshole in this situation. I am not being able to judge this situation properly, so advise me. Am I the asshole for wanting to talk on the phone at this hour? Or should I make arrangements for my own soundproofing? If I'm in the wrong, I will take the necessary steps to make sure she isn't disturbed further. Oh my God, such a nice, polite roommate.
Man, she would hate me because I'm on the phone. Like, I'll be on the phone any hours. I don't care. Like, she would hate me. But I don't understand, how is she hearing and not the other neighbor? Is her like ear up against the wall?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, what is she doing? She's either got supersonic hearing, or she's got that glass on the wall, like you see in the movies, right, Mrs. Cassandra, the old biddy with the, like, with the glass, when she's listening, or, I'll grant her a little grace. maybe she's on the inside and the other guy's on the outside wall, so like he doesn't hear it as much because it's a thicker wall. Inside walls, interior walls are often thinner with less
Yeah.
insulation. See, look at me getting all technical. That's Grace, people. See what I just did for her right there. But I actually don't mean it. She's full of shit. She just nosy. She just a complainer. She just
Yeah.
bothering him. This is a nice guy or a woman. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, but he's talking to his family. They're talking to their family. They're just trying to keep their voice low, doing the best that they can. And she just complain. And no one else is complaining on either side. The previous neighbor or the one on the other side,
Yeah,
Teletype. Now Claire's showing her age. What did I say? Teletype? Did I? What? I don't know what I'm talking.
Kind of like what Peter said, like turn her TV on, but it's like sleep with a fan on or something. Like
exactly.
White noise.
I'd be getting a little creeped out if that woman was listening to some of my conversations or some of the things that's going on in my room. I mean, it's my room and the door is shut. It's my privacy. Like, I don't want to think. It's bad enough I get, I have to worry about people thinking that my laptop is bugged and you can see through the little camera thing. But it's your privacy, it's your room. First of all, I think it's kind of rude to tell people you can hear them. It's embarrassing. Okay.
Yes, it is.
This is what I want to know. To what purpose do you extend that information to the other party? Do you really think that they're being so loud and it could be controlled that it's going to stop? Or you in trying to embarrass them? I mean, come on. Really. This I think that girl needs a hobby.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
I think the neighbor needs a hobby. I think the neighbor is jealous. I don't know. I love Belinda's comments. I see a Belinda comment and I like do a little dance over here. Neighbors taking the piss. Absolutely. Stop talking for a bit. Bet the neighbor will still complain. Our neighbor kept complaining about our dogs barking when they'd been in the kennel for 2 weeks. You called it, Belinda, because some people are just contrarian. Some people are just ornery and just mean and just, they just can't get out of themselves. I get it. Oh, God. Oh, my. This is a song, right, Davros?
Yes,
I always feel like somebody's watching me. I can't get no privacy, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a song. I just dated myself, I'm sure. But you knew it, too, so I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, at least, I know it.
It must be a well-known classic then. At least it's popular. If I'm going to date myself, I might as well be popular. There you go. That's a hashtag. Anyway, hi, Paula. Welcome. We're just being a little foolish up here because this one's ridiculous. I don't even know if you guys need options to vote, but here you go. The operator, the kind roommate who actually is considering doing all kinds of things and going out of their way to make this contrarian happy. By going to the landlord. Wait. First, Mrs. Cassandra, do you think he should go to the landlord? I don't know.
Oh, well, if there's maybe asked about the soundproofing, maybe just because that's you can't really do much if you don't own the house. You gotta get their permission first.
That's true. And it's if he wants to pay for it, because if I was the landlord and she's just bitching about a little bit of noise and nobody else has complained about it. No, there's 6 people here and she's the only one complaining. I think she should worry about having to find a new place to live, because I don't think the landlord's going to be spending any money on soundproofing that wall because she's complaining. It's just as easy to just get somebody else. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know either. That's because he or she is doing their best. They're not being loud. And it just seems like this person just wants to complain.
With your commentary, I am cracking up at that. That's very clever, Peter, because that would make a constant noise that would override everything. And not only that, would that annoy her or what? How dare he have fun? How dare Oh, God. That's a clever idea. Now I'm just hoping one of my roommates starts complaining about me making noise so I could try that one out. That'd be great. I'll let you know how it works.
Turn it on.
Yeah.
Put it in the drawer, too.
Yeah, let it run, let it like bang against the drum. Look, then you start the banging noise too. Oh my God. Hey, don't. There were so many of those on Reddit. If last night I couldn't find anything, and then this morning all I found was my neighbors are keeping me up. They have too much sex. I mean, it was like, oh my God, I stayed in a hotel and I couldn't sleep all night. Should I ask for money back because the people on both sides of me were too noisy? And I'm like, every single one
I'm
I read,
sorry,
like one
but
out of
when
the
you
other.
go to a hotel, that's the whole that's like you got to be loud in the hotel. That's the one time to be loud
Oh, that's a
because you
good
don't know the
idea.
people.
That's right. Yeah, right. You could scream. You could do whatever. Like this is true. This is true. Okay, so student says on the nights you go out, leave the porno on. Really? Oh, put the TV on and put on the show, and then just go out and just let her think that's all going on. Yeah, I would. You guys are evil. You'd be playing with this neighbor. You would be like torturing this neighbor. Like, okay, I can't make it better. Let me make it worse. Let me make it so much worse. Like if I'm gonna have to pay for it, let me pay for it. Let me have some fun. Like you guys are fun. Well, anyway, if you think that the complaining neighbor's the asshole, vote number 2. If you think they're both assholes, vote number 3. And all the rest. There's yay porn and the GoFundMe. Yeah, ooh, he hasn't come for us for that one because we haven't advertised it on Twitter. Maybe I'll have to make a nice little Twitter post about the GoFundMe, Mrs. Cassandra, for
Oh yeah,
for
to
me to
get
go
you
to a
to
strip club.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Well,
can see
really,
the
what
headlines
could
already.
what could they complain about that? It's honest. It's direct. I mean, there's no way to use the money for anything else but going there. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, but yeah, I say the neighbor is the asshole.
I think the neighbor is the asshole too, and it looks like Paula agrees with this. Paula is agreeing with us so far. We'll see if anybody else does. Well, I think I agree with you. And yep, Kelly agrees with this too. Oh, and welcome. I didn't say welcome before. Anybody I missed in the chat, I'm sorry. I'm still not the best with chat. I admit it. I got a long way to go. Um, but we're getting there. Right? Step by step. It's the only way to do it. You ready for
Yep.
another one? Can
Yep.
you handle another one?
Oh yeah, I can
Uh-oh.
handle anything you give to me.
Okay. This is what I like about you. You catch, girl. You catch. Everyone should have a friend who catches. Just someone in their life who just, if you throw it out there, they catch it. It's great.
Where do
It's
you
the
want me to
best
catch
support.
it though?
Yeah, well, I will get into the details later, love. But
Okay.
but anyway, everybody should have that kind of support in their life. It's brilliant. I highly recommend. I highly recommend. So anyway, this is an example of the stuff I saw this morning. And you're going to love this one. Am I the asshole for applauding my neighbor's nighttime activities? This sounds right up Peter and Student's alley. Yeah. A few nights ago, my wife and I were woken up by the neighbors in the apartment above ours very explicitly and loudly trying to expand their family. That's a nice way to put it. They must have been going at it for an hour, and it was fairly frustrating as I had work the next day. After they were done, I played an applesauce track through my Bluetooth speaker, held up to the ceiling to try and make them aware of the, not applesauce, applause. I'm sorry. That was so dumb. Oh my God. I just heard it play back in my ear. All right, Bear, rewind. After they were done, I played an applause track through my Bluetooth speaker, held up to the ceiling to try and make them aware of the relative thinness of the floor. I found out today that they have reported me to management for harassment. So Reddit, am I the asshole? Oh, no, love, you're not. I do not think you're an asshole. This is such a, apparently half the chat would have done the same thing. I mean, Peter's already said something like that. So has Student.
They're the ones that are making it known that they're expanding the family.
Exactly. The Deadpool quote, catching, not pitching. I get it. I get it. I love Deadpool. You know that, Student. I am the biggest Deadpool fan. He's just wrong on so many levels, and I love them all. No, they're not the asshole. After the first sentence, my answer was no. Applauding the neighbor's sex is always funny. Yes, yes, Kelly, I own it. I actually read applesauce, and I knew this tweet. Like I read these ahead of time. No, and that's freaking funny. Yes, it is, Peter. It's like it is. No, and I'm sorry that they got reported. I hope management is laughing their ass off, because if I got that report, I would be laughing too. I would be
Well, we
laughing.
knew we had upstairs neighbors that were like really loud, like headboard banging, everything.
Mm-hmm.
After they moved out, my husband was talking with like the maintenance worker / manager's husband, and like, yeah, there's like a hole in the wall from it. I was like, oh my God.
A hole in the wall, like where the bed frame was, like they had little like indentions from the.
Yeah,
man, this is
I'm telling you, they were having some fun. Like, I would hear them almost every night.
we're gonna address this on Mayhem, because positions, like, change it up once in a while, people. That just, like, if you're putting a hole in your wall like that, like, I don't know. I think
put a pillow or something between the wall and the headboard. Come on, be considerate.
And also, I think variety needs to be discussed. I do. I don't know. It's just where my head goes. I'm sorry. I apologize.
This is where the sex swing comes into play.
Yeah, no, don't. This is, am I the asshole? This is not Mayhem.
Okay, we'll save this for Mayhem.
It's like, I apologize.
This is just a taste.
It's just a. I'm reading another one. Thank you for voting, chat. I hope you all agree that the asshole is actually the one who complained about getting applause. Don't you think that they should be happy they got rewarded for their performance? And if you have to hear it,
I bet it was the woman. I bet the man was feeling. I bet the man was like, "Yeah, I got the applause."
How weird do you have to be to report it? I mean, isn't that embarrassing? You have to tell them that everybody heard you, and then they applauded. Like, you're actually going to go and complain. You're actually going to put that out there in the universe. You're going to go.
They probably didn't put it that way. They probably said, "Oh, they're being loud with their playing like loud music at night or something." That's probably what they said.
Yeah, I don't know how they would have spun it, but if I was the partner of whoever complained, I would have been doubly embarrassed that they went and complained to management. Like, that wouldn't happen, not without me having something to say about it. Anyway, Belinda says, when we were in a bed and breakfast and my friend was having loud, drunk sex in the next room for so long that I started banging on the wall and shouting at her to hurry it up, because gross, too much information, and yes, boundaries. Yes, if it's your friend, yes, if you know the people, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. Like, oh God, is that a Mayhem? So maybe we should save this. We're going to talk about this on Mayhem. We're going to talk about parents and siblings and relatives and, going on group trips together with everybody, and you all have rooms, and then you hear things you don't want to hear, and you all have to have breakfast together the next day. All right.
I've heard enough. I've heard enough in my life, like in my childhood, to traumatize me for the rest of my life. So we can talk about that on Mayhem.
Yeah, we could talk about that on Mayhem. I think everybody's got a story like that, right?
Does it taste like applesauce?
Does it taste like applesauce? We have come almost to the asshole, because to the end of am I the asshole? I can't talk tonight because
I love it when I get you tongue tied.
You do get me tongue tied. You get me. You see, and you always complain you don't, but you do. Everybody sees it. They all see. Oh, so they were really washing their boots in the washing machine and not having sex. There you go. It was the or the dryer. You know how you put something in the dryer and it just makes all that ka-kunk. Yeah, okay. And the washer too is like shaking and making that rattle. Yup. Mm-hmm. They were doing laundry. That's it, right, Peter? They were just cleaning up the house. Why would anybody applaud them? Because everybody gets so excited when they do their laundry that they moan and groan. Yeah, we like not. Yeah, no, I don't make any noise like that when I'm doing laundry. Just like, I might curse a lot, There's always something to curse about when I do laundry. The latest was the softener bottle vibrated itself right off the top of the washer, and the last person to use the softener, which was not I shall clearly state here and stick to my guns, it was not I. They didn't put the cap on, so when it fell off, you know what happened, right? Like
it spilled all over the place.
And so you got to use towels and all to clean it up, right? And then you've got towels that are like so overly soft, no matter how many times you wash them, for like months, and it's just a nightmare. But it was Peter, I could take this so many ways. I'm just going to put it up and let everybody take it the way they want. It was a small load, and they hand washed it. I'm biting my tongue. I'm biting my tongue right now. But anyway, that was almost an hour. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to my wonderful, wonderful guest, Mrs. Cassandra, who I can always count on because, unfortunately, Mrs. Cassandra is actually bravely filling in and giving us 150%, not even just 100, because someone else that was supposed to do the AIT was feeling under the weather with some dental conditions, and we hope she feels better really soon and can join us. But in the meantime, I am thrilled that you were here because this was a lot of fun. I needed this.
It was a lot of fun.
This was a lot of fun. So for everybody,
and now look, we got stuff. Now we got the list down so what we can talk about for mayhem.
Yeah, well, truth be told, Mrs. Cassandra, you and I just need to have a 10-minute conversation, and we usually have a whole show lined up, don't we?
So, pretty much.
let's not lie to them. Let's just say that when you and I get together, especially with some of our mods there, the dirty mind thing just goes, and we just run with it. We're so used to hanging out together with this stuff, and there are no, we don't put boundaries on each other. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. So for anyone that we offended, expecting that this would be a normal, am I the asshole? I apologize, but that's what happens when you get the Naked Bear Squad all together in one spot. We have spillage. Yeah, take that one. We have spillage.
So that can go so many ways.
Just don't. Just save it. Just don't even.
If you want more of this, join us on Saturday night.
Anyway, tomorrow, if you would love to get up at the crack of dawn, if you're here in America at 5:30 a.m., there will be a pre-show over at Hereticals featuring most of the Australians that will go right in later at around 7 o'clock to the regular six-pack show. I will be over there somewhere halfway in between the time there. I don't know exactly if I can get there at 5:30 a.m., but they're a great crew. We always have a lot of fun over there. So if you'd like a good laugh with your coffee tomorrow and you want to run the risk of it snorting out your nose, as it does often with myself, head on over there. And if you're on the evening one, you're safer. So like if you're from Australia or the UK, you're pretty safe with the coffee thing. You just go over there and have a good time. And then later on in the day, around 4 o'clock, I'll be over on Say It, Be It, which is Jamal, the Dark Magician's new channel. And we are going to be having a discussion, an open discussion on anti-communities. And of course, they have invited me because the first one's going to be about the anti-KJ community. So it's going to be a history. I believe Dottie Morgan's going to be joining us. And I think there is another panel guest. It may be Wildflower Tea. I'm not certain. Don't quote me on it. But the thumbnail is on my community tab, so you can check it. It may list all of us there, but it definitely be the Dark Magician. I know myself. I do believe Dottie Morgan had confirmed the last I saw. So we'll be there Friday. And then on Saturday, of course, is Mayhem.
Is this Eastern time, though? Is it 4 o'clock Eastern?
It is 4 o'clock Eastern, yes.
I'll have
Eastern.
to double check that. Okay.
Yeah, it would be 1 o'clock your time. It is on my community tab, and I love having a community tab for this. Because
about time.
I can put I know they lowered the quality. I would never get it at this rate, but they lowered the number to 500, so I got it, and I was extremely, extremely happy. All of us Americans will be there, right, Jay? We're going to be there. And also the link for that will be on my community tab too, if you want to find it. And of course, I'll be tweeting it. If you guys follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you can find all this stuff there because, you know, I kind of post like a maniac sometimes. Yeah. My apologies. Actually not. I like to retweet my friends. I can't help it. I do. I like it. I'm going to keep doing it. So get over it. All right. So on that, I'm going to say, I'll see you in the chat, Mrs. Cassandra. I'll put the outro on.
Sounds good.
And I know I'll see you Saturday. I know I'll probably see you all around.
I'm everywhere.
And, yes. And everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here. Everybody on the replay crew, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
And if you haven't already subscribed, please go over there and hit that button. We are getting very close to 666. And wouldn't that be a mayhem moment if we could celebrate our mayhem? So,
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Then we can talk about spiders.
Oh,
being the devil.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, you're full of ideas. Oh, we got to talk. All right, outro on. See you soon. Thank you again, Mrs.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bye, everybody.